Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Dizana Taiwo. In today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to draft and cut this beautiful stylish cropped corset. You can as well use it to draft a bustier corset also. It totally depends on you. But today we are going to be using it to draft a cropped corset. If this is what you are interested in, definitely keep on watching and also do well to subscribe, share and like my YouTube channel. Thank you. Let's get straight to the tutorial. So I went ahead to label my borderline, as you can see, my chest line, my bust point, my under bust, my half length, and my corset length. I hope you can see. Just go ahead to do yours. And I went to label my front pattern because we are starting with the front, and my back pattern. Can you see? The next thing I'll be working on is my neck width and my neck depth. So I went to draw a curve to create my neck, you see, and I went ahead to determine our armhole, which is stopping at the um, chest line, and I divide it by 2. I went from the chest line, I went up by 3, then I went out by 0.75 to create my armhole. Then on the dart line, my dart is 3.5. I just went ahead to draw a straight line for 3.5. Can you see that is 3.5? Then I went out by 0.75, 0.75 to create my dart. Can you see my dart? That is my dart. So the next thing I'll be working on is to create a straight line for our bustier, just to create this on the shoulder part, sorry. So I divided the shoulder slope into 2. Can you see? I went ahead to divide the shoulder slope into 2. That shoulder slope is, I came down by 1.5 for the shoulder slope. So I went ahead to divide it to 2. Can you see? After dividing it into 2, I went ahead to draw a straight line to the bust point. Can you see the straight line? I went ahead to draw a straight line to the bust point. So the next thing I'll be working on now is my circumference, which is my bust, my waist, and my corset length circumference, which is the upper hip circumference. So the bust 34. For the bust we have bust 34. When I divide it by 4, we have 8.5. So I went ahead to mark our 8.5. Then at the half length we have 29 for our half length, which is our waist. Our waist is 29. When I divide it by 4, I have 7.25. So I went ahead to mark 7.25 and I returned the 0.75 which we have taken for the dart back. I hope you can see this, which is 1.5 altogether. So I mark 1.5 at the waistline. Then at our upper hip, which is our corset length circumference, and our circumference is 37. 37 divided by 4, I have 9.25. Yes, 9.25. I went ahead to mark my 9.25 and I just draw a straight line to that corset length. I hope you can see. Just do yours and you will get it. I just drew a straight line, then I took my curve and curve it to my corset length. Can you see what I did there? So that is it for that. And the next thing I will be working on is my bust dart. My bust dart is 2 inch. That is the front length. Front length is always longer than the back length. My front length is 16 and my back length is 14. When I minus it, 16 minus 14, we have 2. So I just went ahead to mark 2 at that point for our bust dart. That is the bust differences. So the next thing I will be working on is my under bust. My under bust. One thing I want you to note for the under bust, if you want to contour or curve your under bust, just go ahead. Whatever you have for your waist, which is 7.25, mark it. Whatever you have left on that 7.25, I have 1.5 left, and I will be sharing it on my dart leg on the under bust. So I shared it by half inch at the other side. Then I just went ahead to mark the remaining 1 inch. Can you see? All together making 1.5. Just follow what I did. Watch the video well and follow what I did. Just go ahead to share it on your under bust to create your curve. Can you see? So I just went ahead to create my curve at that point to my bust point. So I went ahead to connect down to my waistline. Can you see? Just do yours as I am doing and you will get it. just follow what I'm doing and you get it. So the next thing for this class, I don't want to do a slanted style lines. I'll just be leaving my darts for that. So the next thing, on the center front, I just went in by half inch on my bust point. Can you see what I did? I went in by half inch, then I draw a straight line. Reason being, because we are creating a corset, a cupped corset, so it is necessary you do that. So the next thing now I'll be working on is creating our cup. Our cup. How do we create our cup? On my chest line, you can either go in by 1 inch or 0.75, but for this class I'll be going in by 1 inch. So I went in by 1 inch at my side front. Can you see what I did there? Then I just did a curve down to that 1 inch. Can you see? I just did a curve from my 1 inch down to my under bust curve. Can you see? That is what I just did there. My 1 inch down to my under bust curve. Then the other side, I just did a curve down to that half inch I went in with. Can you see? Just follow what I am doing and you get it right. Just curve it. This by this we have created I've created my cup for my corset. So moving ahead, the next thing I'll be drafting now is my stylish neckline. That is what I'll be drafting on my stylish neckline. On the shoulder slope, what I did, I just came down by 2 inch. If you notice, this neckline is going up, is going up, is up very well. So I just came down on my shoulder slope by 2 inch. Then from my bust point, I just created a curved sweetheart neckline, a curved sweetheart neckline down to my bust point. I hope you see this. I'm just trying to check at this point if it is completely 2 inch. So I just went ahead to create a curve down to that 2 inch mark for my sweetheart neckline. Just do yours and you get it right. You get it. Just try and create a curve for your sweetheart neckline. So at this point, I was just trying to use my pencil first to see how my neckline will look like. So I just try using my pencil. Can you see? Can you see the way the sweetheart neckline is looking? It's not covering your breast at that side front. So just go out and do yours like so. So I at that point where I've drawn my sweetheart neckline, you just be going out by 0.75 on each side, 0.75 on each side. I'll still use marker to do that. So at that point, from that 0.75 we have taken out, I just went ahead to draw a straight line using my marker to my bust points. Can you see? I hope you can see clearly. Then the next thing now I'll be working on is truing that part, but before then I went ahead to use my marker to trace out the neckline well so that you can see. So this is what we have. Can you see that my cup corset is already coming into shape? I just went ahead to draw the other part to the armhole well. So now what I will be working on is coming out by 0.75 at that point. Can you see, at my armhole point where the neckline is stopping, to create another armhole curve? Can you see? Just to create another armhole curve, just came out by 0.75. Then I'll be drawing my neckline to that point. See, can you see? Just went ahead to draw my neckline to that point. So the next thing now I'll be working on now is tree. I'll go ahead to chew that neck part, or you contour, any which way you want to call it. You contour. Please, it is necessary for you to contour so that your neck will not be shortened. You will not have issue with your neck. Please contour. Can you see? So I went ahead to use my tracing wheel to contour that part. Can you see the way I am contouring that part? Then I'll be tracing out what I have done. After tracing, using my tracing wheel, I'll trace out what I have done using my marker. Please, it might be looking funny when you contour, when you are done with your contouring, but it doesn't mean. Just go ahead to trace it with your tracing wheel, what you have done, and trace it with your marker also. So after I was done, this is what I have. Can you see? That is looking funny, but don't mind. Just do it. Like I've said, it will look funny, but do your contouring. So I just went ahead to trace that part up to connect to the real neckline, because that is our neckline now that will be cutting off. So I just went ahead to trace that leg up to touch the new neckline. That is the neckline we'll be cutting now. So the next thing now I'll be working on is my bust dart. I want to chew my bust dart well so that I will not have shortage. So I just went ahead to chew it well. Can you see, using my tracing wheel? Just use a tracing wheel at this point to trace that part. And as if you notice, the cup corset was a bit shortened, so I just went ahead to trace that part also too. Then I went ahead to trace it with my marker. Just go ahead to trace it to blend it together. So after tracing my bust dart, I just went ahead to use my ruler to draw a straight line to follow the what I have traced out. Can you see what I have there? Can you see what I have there? That is our bust dart. So the next thing now I'll be working on is my tightening. I want to tighten my waist. It is done on the waist line. Whatever tightening you are doing, please tighten your waistline. So this totally depends on you. On my waist, I'll divide it into two. Then mark a straight line from my bust point down to my corset length. This totally depends on the style line you want to create at that point. At this point, it totally depends on the style lines you want to create. Can you see the style line I want to create? If you want to create a straight style lines, it totally depends on you. But this is style line I want. Then on the dart leg which I have created, I just went out by half inch on each side, and on the corset length I just went out by 0.25. Then I just drew a straight line down to my half length from my bust point. If you notice this underneath my bust point, then I went ahead to I'm just trying to confirm here. So I just went ahead to draw another straight line down to my half length. Can you see? Then from my half length down to my corset length. So just follow what I did and you get it right. So by this we have tightening our waistline. I just tightened by half inch on each side, and that is it. I just went ahead to label my cup A and my cup B, and I went ahead to label my center front, my middle front, and my side front. If you notice, my middle front is looking small. That is what I want. That's why I said your style lines totally depends on you. So the next thing now I'll be working on is coming up on my corset length by 1.5. So after going up by 1.5, I just went ahead to take my curvature to style my corset length. You can just style it, depends on what you want. Can you see the way I placed my curvature? Just do yours as you have seen, and or you decide to do any style lines you want. And this is all I have for my front. This is all I have for my front. And what I'll just be doing now is adjusting my cup corset to the new armhole. We created another new armhole. I'll just adjust my cup to the new armhole. Can you see the way I am adjusting it? Just do yours as you have seen. Just ensure you place your curvature well. Can you see the way I am placing my curvature to curve it again? So just do yours. Can you see? That is what we'll be cutting out now. And this is all we have for the front. And I'll be moving ahead to the back pattern now. So for the back, I've gone ahead to do all my necessary measurements, my border line, my chest line, my waist length for the back, and my corset length. So the next thing I went ahead to create is my bust difference. It is 2 inch I went up with, and I went ahead to create my neck. I came down for the depth 1 inch, and for the width 3 inch, and for the shoulder slope I went down by 1 inch and draw a straight line, and I divide the straight line into two, and I went in by half inch. I hope you understand. So the next thing I'll be working on is my eyelet back. Please, this your back bulging elimination, it is not necessary. That slanted line I did there is not necessary. So for my highlight back at the chest line, I went in by 1.5. From the center back. That's why I said that bulge is not actually necessary, since we will create our eyelet back. So on the corset length, which is the new corset length, I just went in by 0.75. Can you see? So I'll be drawing a straight slanted line to my 0.75. On your chest line, you can as well go in by 2 inch. On your corset length, you can go in by 1 inch. This totally depends on your choice. So I just went ahead to shade that part, to mark that part. That means we are cutting it off. Then I went ahead to mark our circumference, our bust circumference, our waist circumference, and our corset length circumference. So our bust circumference is 8.5, which is 34 divided by 4. I have 8.5, and our waist circumference is 29 divided by 4. 29 divided by 4, I have 7.25. With our dart intake, with my dart intake, I'll be adding it back. So you'll be doing this on your on that new lines that we have created, on that new eyelet line we have created. Can you see where I'm placing my tape rule? Please note that. So I marked my 7.25 and 1.5 for our dart. So the next thing I'll be working on is my corset circumference, which is 37. 37 divided by 4, I have 9.25. So I just went ahead to mark, and I used my ruler to mark all that I have pointed out. So I just use my curve ruler to curve that part up. Can you see the way I'm placing it? Just do yours like so. Can you see? So after I was done, the next thing now I'll be working on is my style lines. Please note, I've already created one style lines at that point. I just used my dart, which is 3.5. My dart is 3.5. I just went ahead to create that style lines there. So the remaining that I have left now, I'll just divide it into two. I just hope you understand. I'll just divide it into two and create my style lines. These style lines depend on your choice. You can just create any style lines of your choice. So I just went ahead to create a style lines and I will straight lines, making two style lines for each. Can you see? That means we have two style lines at that point. So the next thing now I'll be working on is my waist tightening. I'll go ahead to tightening my waist just as I've done for the back. I will just be going in on the dart leg on each style line by 0.5, 0.5 on my waist, and at the corset length I'll be going out on each leg by 0.25. I hope you understand, by 0.25. Then I'll just go ahead to mark a straight line to my waist, then down to my corset length. I just hope you understand. Just watch the process and you will get it right. I just went ahead to do the same on the other dart leg. Can you see what I'm doing? So after I was done, I will just go ahead to label my hop. This labeling is very important, as I will always say. Please label well. Label especially for your back so that you will not miss your pattern hop. Then I just went ahead to label my side back, my middle back, and my center back. Can you see what I did? That D signifies down part. Please note that. So the next thing I'll be working on is I just want to give my back a nice curve. I don't want it to be straight actually. So I just went ahead on the chest line. I came down by 1 inch and I took my curvy ruler to curve that place. Before then, I'll mark whatever I have for the armhole. I'll measure. I'll measure it, whatever I have there at that point. I have 5.5. Then I'll go ahead to do that on my armhole for the back. If you want your back to be straight, fine. It totally depends on you, but I don't want mine to be straight. That's why I'm doing this. So I just went ahead to use my curve ruler to curve that part up. Can you see? If you want to follow mine, you can go ahead to follow my process. At this point, I'm just trying to curve it well. Can you see? Just follow and you get it. So this is all for the back pattern. While filming this video, I totally forgot to go up by 1.5 at the corset length for the back. Please ensure you do that and curve just the way we have done for the front. So I'll be going ahead to cut the pattern so you can see. So I'll be cutting the front pattern first, and this is it. And after that, I'll just move ahead to the back. Just follow all the process and cut yours. this is what I have when I was done. This is how your pattern paper should look like when you are done. And this is our stylish cup corset. Can you see the neck parts? Can you see it's going up and it's covering the bust already? This is how it should look. And this is a part of the cup corset. Please note to be cutting the other cup also. Remember, you'll be cutting like two also for the other cup. For the other cup, you're having two cup here, and this is what it should look like, our stylish cupped corset. Can you see? And this is the back, that is the center back. Can you see the outcome? I just show you part of it, one part of it. You'll be cutting the other part also. You'll be cutting like six on your fabric, 6 pieces on your fabric. And this is all for the tutorial. This is what we have for this tutorial. Please, if you find this tutorial helpful, do well to subscribe, share and like. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next tutorial. Thank you.